No matter what, make yourself comfortable first before you make others comfortable.
Rightly said. This reminds me of a popular thing that I've been telling people. Like when people come to me, hey, say the course is difficult, this person is stressing me, this thing. My advice to the person is that I have seen heart transplant. You know heart transplant. Plus, you know heart
Yes.
transplant.
Yes.
Some people have bad hearts and they transplant somebody's heart for the person. I have seen kidney transplant, kidney transfer, lung transfer, even legs cry, they can give you artificial legs, eye cry, they can give you artificial eyes, and all those kind of things. But my question to you is that have you ever seen somebody who has done brain transfer before?
Never.
No.
Never. When you come mad, you are mad. Nobody can fix it. So don't nobody stress you. Let nobody stress you in this life. Your mental health is very, very important.
Exactly.
Or class, you don't agree with me.
We agree with you 100%.
Broken heart, you will cover. Madness, you can never recover. Let nobody stress you. Let nobody stress you. 2026. 2026, let nobody stress you. Open and on, P1. Nobody stress you.
I like this phrase.
What I say? Yesterday, for instance, I was teaching geographic thought and the students were complaining. Said, the philosophers are plenty. I said, why worry yourself? If they are plenty and they are about 6 or 8, don't stress yourself. Study what you can. If it is two, yeah, then you move on. Is it compulsory by force to know everyone? No. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What
So,
what what of the two didn't cast?
what?
The two you said it if they don't appear.
If they don't appear, uh-huh.
Yeah.
My mates in school, those I attended, I did my first degree with and second degree with. They will tell you that all that I say is if you are studying here, like during the time that we're studying, if you're saying it wasn't my sorry class or after all IC or E, my exams na IC. I come back and come and write it. The two number after all E never raise it better. It's nothing stress you in this life.
It is
No
finished.
stress, no stress. After all, yes, then you see that. Sunny, are you a Muslim?
Yes, sir, I am.
Motivate us this morning, then we go sharp, sharp. Because I am the traditionalist, I've spoken. A Christian has also spoken.
Okay. Today is Sunday. By
Yeah.
God grace, whatever we have to discuss here, may it go down well with us. And that at the end of the day,
I didn't
we
say
come
pray
out
for
with
us,
flying
so
colors.
motivate us with Quran. I didn't say pray for us. Give us Quran story. Any other Muslim? Any other Muslim? Okay. Muslims, they don't kind of answer. All they know is to fast.
So, so I want to help the Muslims.
This is violence.
Yeah.
I want, I want to help the Muslims.
Are you a Muslim?
I
Or you
want to
have dated
help
a
them.
Muslim? Or you have dated a Muslim before?
I,
A Buddhist.
in fact, they are all my friends, so I want to help them.
Okay. Help.
Whatever
Yes,
has a
now.
beginning has an end. So I'm helping. I said that whatever has a beginning,
Yeah.
no matter what you are going through, so far as you have started, it will get to an end. Just take
Grace, next time climb the tree before you talk to us, okay? Grace, we didn't hear you. Hello, class.
Say, let Florence motivate her.
Florence, I don't pay sorry, Anna.
Sir, please, I have a question.
Okay,
Say, are we all writing the same paper or different papers?
I seen, come again.
I
Different
asked
people.
whether we
Yeah,
are
as for
writing
the
the
sheet, there are different sheets which they will print on, but the questions they are the same.
Ah,
the same question for all centers.
I said, as for the sheet, there everybody on the sheet, but the questions on the paper on the sheet, they're the same question.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
He had, oh, he had.
Very hard.
Please, can you see my screen?
This time there is stressful.
Hold on, Steve is calling. Hello, Steve. Steve. Yes. Is that Steve? I'm not supposed to be in that class, so yes. Check the list very well. No, no, listen. I think from the list that I have, I am supposed to be with Valley View, Valley View, River View, and how do you call it? And Zenith only. That is what is there. Oh, yes. Listen. Yes, and on the timetable from Switch Office to this is the link I'm supposed to use to meet. How do you call it?
Says Zenith Center in Riverview.
No. There's a mistake somewhere. Please, let's correct it. Steve, be on the line. I think that it's an administrative error. The administrative error is that they have placed the online centers, Zenith and Riverview, and that is for me, right? And the link that I'm using now, let me see. Marty,
Hello, sir.
and Stephen, that's the link I'm using now. So it means, no, it means you rather have to join this link. Not that.
Sir, please, sir, please.
Yes.
Which center is Stephen coming from? Which center is he coming from?
No. Stephen is online, and all online are supposed to join my group.
He has been sharing some link to almost all the groups I know, asking them to join that link. Yet the
No, hold
timetable
on.
we have and the one we
No.
got from
Wait, Marty, wait. I think the right link on the. Okay, Steve, I'm forwarding it to you. I think that's the link you are supposed to join. That's what it's on. And please confirm the last letters are DDSW. Yeah, those are the last letters. So you will see introduction to Earth Science, Online centers, comma, Zenith. Yes. And that's the link Mate sent to me. And that's the link we are supposed to use. So the link you gave. And yes, I was surprised you moved me to another link. So can you ask your people to move to the Steve, no stress. Don't stress yourself. Don't stress me. Join the link. Okay. Yeah, hurry up. I'm giving you people 2 minutes. Okay.
And so, even so respectfully, the person who's supposed to monitor this class is even here. He's recording.
Yeah.
This is the right link we are on.
Oh, Mate, don't worry. Don't stress yourself. You can't have another brain transplant, okay? So let's not stress. We are just here. Mate, what's my say?
So still you're stressed, yes. I was like, I was stressing.
No, that you, if it stresses you and you can't stand the stress, then you forget about it there. You understand me?
How can Stevie move us from one?
It's not. It's not.
Your pressure will go high. Relax. We are here. Let's be like John, Peter, and bro who told Jesus Christ, it is good we are here. It is good we are here, and it says it's all. That's all. That's all.
It's not easy. Previously, you know, all online sentence. Yes, sir.
Shani.
Yes, sir.
Shikena.
Hey, master. Move the house out. I can't speak house out.
Small.
Okay.
The only house
what I'm saying is that sometimes previously, the previous all online centers used to be one, so that we all join. This time round, it has been partitioned to different groups. That's why we're having this challenge.
Yeah, that's why I said it is an administrative problem. Let's no stress. Don't stress. Hey, don't stress. Oh, Sunny. So the house I can speak, I use it to collect food, plenty food. So it's a GS place. Now say Abichi, they will give me plenty of So after collecting my beach, then I'll tell her, Shikena. What's that say?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Well, next time you come to know, you get plenty of it.
Nothing. Yeah.
Yes. Try and come.
Which part? Okay,
Tamale,
so
our center, you can come one day. Yeah.
Oh, I've stayed in Tamale before.
Okay.
I stayed in Cataraga for 3 weeks. Chogo ran about 2 for 3 weeks, and the Senate flat 2 for 3 weeks.
You did
Is
well.
that?
You did well.
Sunny?
Yes, sir.
So it's not, I know Tamale pa.
Yeah, you tried. Yeah. But when next you come?
The guys wanted to beat me. Every day they wanted to beat me.
Why? No.
Oh, this is I'm taking all their guess.
Why are you handsome? You are the court now.
No, I'm not the course.
Why are you handsome?
No, listen. You see at Malcolm, just opposite Malcolm KFC. Some nice girls come and sit there. Me too, I go and sit there and take air, small. So they were sharing with me lifestyle about Northness. And they're like, they don't like most of their guys from the North because of the way they dress and the way they behave and cultural distance. So they have been vibing with me. And they have been vibing with me. So one of them used to volunteer and give me the bike. Like I sit on a bike, then we go around. Then I didn't know that it was so odd for a guy to sit at the back of the bike with a lady and all that. And me, I was scared, and they didn't hold my hands and tell me to hold it tight. So the guys didn't like me.
That's it.
Allergies in the house didn't like me. Allergies should be allergies.
How? You have to explain that point.
I was like embracing at the back. Like very tight too, not even edge to pass through. And the allergies in the house too. When I go and look for a room, they will tell me that I should bring my wife before. Then one day I asked one of the allergy who could speak English. He said there are so many females in the house, so you can't risk putting me in the house. I said, I like the power. I mean, be Jumako. So the language that I learned from your language was Chama. So when the guys are doing gidi, I'll be like, hey, Chama, Chama. Then I just move.
Chama, when you say Chama, it's not going to. It be like you are fighting.
Yeah, I mean, I want to show them violence. They are violence for violence. Hey,
Okay,
they
okay.
realize that no, this guy no be better like that.
They
And I
will
was saying,
beat
hey,
you. They will beat you, bear.
they'll beat me.
Chama,
They will
Chama
die.
stop me, move away.
Yeah. So always I'll be working at Shogo roundabout like that. Then at times I'll go and eat DO at this thing, TZ at the stadium. I heard the woman Crampo is dead. Is dead.
Yeah.
Haji is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not.
Then just opposite Tasco Gate. Tasco Gate. There's some restaurants there. They sell fried rice and I confirm ties. It's so nice.
Yeah.
Now already I'll
Very
come
nice.
back.
Very, very.
I'll come back.
Come. You.
Shogo roundabout. I'm always there. Tamale people, they are good. And when I went to Kataraga, in the morning when I wake up and I'm going for lectures, you see the people line up with cuckoo. They will be like, come and taste, come and taste. By the time I get to the fifth person, I won't buy it. Then I go. When I'm coming back to the store, come and taste. I will taste it and I'm satisfied. I won't buy it. Tamale.
The waiters are
Please, the foreigners are there here.
from Tamale because I will be tasting.
As you
So I
might
will not
somebody
even
from-
cook.
I won't cook.
Yeah, you won't cook. You won't cook.
And then I got burger. Burger to chew. Burger was expensive. You know burger.
Yeah.
Burger, they correct me, but it was too expensive. Okay, my people are here, so let's start chapter 2. During the week, I was supposed to meet you for online, but Charlie, because of the festive season and tight schedule, I wasn't able to do that. But I think I can exhaust the 4 or 3 hours and teach you whatever we are supposed to know under this course. So no course for alarm. I think by today we can finish 2 units here. Then next week, 2 units. Then the next week, then we are good to go. I don't think we'll be exhausting everything in the book because of time. So chapter 2. At this point, any question, any concern, any question, any concern. So while I go through the lesson,
Yes,
I will, yes, speak. Someone wanted to talk. Hello. Someone wanted to talk. Class, any concern? Any concern? Any concern? Yes.
The questions.
Yeah, here.
Yes. Earth
We
science.
meet again.
Yes, so I'm here.
Like
The
a fun.
important Mercury.
Look at you.
Say if I speak away, will you understand?
We are speaking the way. You're not asking me if I speak away.
I
Am
just
I
want
speaking
to
part
know
one?
if you know the battle you are about to.
It's okay. It's okay. Let me stay with my Tamale people. Chama, let's go. MNFR.
Sir, it is not you alone. I will interpret for you.
MNFR, let's go.
The importance of earth science to the society. It's like the things are plenty. I don't know which one I'm taking and which one. Please, let me ask. We are all citizens of the earth. So under that one, is it the subheadings I'm going to take as the importance, or I'm going to take we are all citizens of the earth as the importance? Then I'll also move to we all benefit from the earth as another
MNFR, let me
important.
ask you a question. Okay. MNFR, please, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
MF, can I?
Yes, go ahead.
Buffet and takeaway, which one do you like?
Say me, I'll go for buffet.
And so buffet, what do you do? They are plenty, and what do you do?
I choose everything.
You take everything. And so you learn
Yes.
everything. So learn everything.
Say, I'm confused. Learning everything might not be the problem, but
So
I
don't
want to
stress
know. For
yourself.
instance,
Study what you can study. Oh,
if they ask you to state maybe 4 importance of earth science to the society, I want to know the topic sentences. Is it we all benefit from earth science that I'm going to take as the importance, or maybe for instance I'm going to take our lives and civilization depend upon how we understand and manage our planet. Am I going to take the subheadings, or I'm going to take the major topics, those that they've written small there? That is what I want to know. I was learning, but I got confused alongside.
There is no correct answer at the tertiary level.
Rubbish.
You just have to make sense and defend what you are writing. That's
Okay,
all. Shikina. That's all. That's all.
Okay, sir.
I mean, if I agreed.
Somehow.
Oh, I mean, if I
But
used to be my
me,
sweetheart, so don't do that.
I know there is no brain transplant, so I'll do what I can do.
Oh, and may the Lord be with you.
Amen.
Okay. To react to whatever Minefa is saying, I don't teach students to pass exams. I teach for life. We teach for life. When you have that mentality that you're learning for life, you're learning for life, it gives you the passion, the desire to know more and to be knowledgeable, because one day you may become like us. I like geography because the person who introduced me to geography taught me well. He taught me for life. So we don't learn only to prepare for life. And at times, truth be told, some questions you ask, I don't expect those questions. I don't expect those questions because you have passed through diploma, you have passed through degree. If a passage is given to you, we call something skimming and scanning. You are teachers. You are supposed to skim these things out and take some of the points out. At the same time, in my own goodness and mercies and my benevolence, I've also given you PowerPoint, which some of these things have been broken down into PowerPoint. So you as the student are supposed to synthesize these things, because technically speaking, I am supposed to come and lecture, but I know that the time is limited. So we have to teach. So if there is nothing like we have 10 importance of this, 10 importance of this, it has been specified in the book. Importance of earth science. Importance of earth science is the same as importance of earth science to man or to the environment. Just that one, you have to make it specific to the environment. One, you have to make it specific to man. You have ChatGTP there. Copy everything, give it to ChatGTP. Tell ChatGTP, find out the point for me. Then you are free and I'm free. We don't stress anybody. Then we are good to go. Agreed? Stephen, your hand was up. Steve-O. Stevie, raise
Yeah,
your hand.
sir.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir,
Yes.
she speaks before me.
Is that?
Okay, please, sir, I was supposed to tell you with my network. I didn't hear the last part of your presentation.
Yeah,
Last part of what?
The one, the last part of your present, the one you just
The
talked to us
last what? Oh,
about
I
the
was just giving
importance
a
of
general
science.
advice. No, I'm just giving a general
I didn't
advice.
get the advice, sir. My network, please, thank you.
No, I'm just saying that the book has given a lot of things. So it is for you to sit down to break down them into the points that he wants for examination. That is what that I said. Okay. I think we have wasted much time Let's start with the unit 2. The unit 2 talks about fundamental concepts and themes in earth science. The first thing we must know is that it is important to start by drawing attention to the fact that earth scientists investigate and interpret the places that make up our world. And how do they do that? They do that by exploring. When exploring is used, then it means that something that we don't have enough information about. And up to now, we are still studying the world. There is not going to be a day whereby we can gladly say that we have graduated from studying the world, because new things keep happening. Some of the things that happen on this earth, in the planet, or in the universe, are even still mysteries, and we battle over it, whether we are giving it a divine reasoning or we are giving it scientific reasoning. And whatever we find in our process of exploring, we analyze to understand, and in understanding, we learn about their characteristics and the processes that shape them. The processes that shape them. For example, I have always wondered why mountainous regions in Ghana, like Mount Fikou and the rest, their temperatures are very low. And until I studied geography, that is when I learned about the higher you go, the cooler it becomes. And that is when I began to understand this thing properly. So I've even come to understand that even the trees that are these places, if they are cut down, still the temperatures will remain the way it is, or there will be a slight change, but not a major change. And this is part of what we call exploring, analyzing, understanding characteristics, and knowing the characteristics and the processes that shape them. Yeah, the my experience at Tamale that I was sharing. Little did I know that it is a patriarch, like in Tamale, their tribe is a patriarchal tribe. That is the dominance of male, with women having little power. But in the South, we mingle with women and like we interact with women and those kind of things. The things that women can do in the South, women can do the same in the northern part of the country. Then I just realized it is one because of religious beliefs. And aside their religious beliefs, their traditional practices. And that doesn't make them bad people, but that is their uniqueness. So that has shaped their behavior. And that is what earth science is about. We are understanding the earth, exploring, trying to understand it, analyze the things that are happening in the world, the various processes. These processes will lead us to the various characteristics of the things that we are studying on this earth, and the end result of these things that we are studying. So they use a number of concepts in these systematic processes. And we learned in elements of physical geography about these systematic processes. Like, for example, we learned about the scientific ways of acquiring knowledge through observation, experimenting, hypothesizing, testing hypotheses, experimenting, making predictions, and verifying these hypotheses and the rest. These concepts are broad, organizing ideas that applies in earth science inquiry. So these concepts should form part of your vocabulary and guide you in your thinking, prescription, analysis, synthesis, and communication in earth science. That everything we talk about it, we must be able to think through it, describe it, analyze it, synthesize it, and probably talk about it. And that is a fundamental concept in earth science. So in looking at the first concept, we call something system. System. And a system is a group of items or a group of components that interact with each other to form a whole. So in earth science, which is much concerned about the earth and the planet, like we said last week, you realize that the earth, the universe, and the planet as we see it, they work in the form of a system. And this system is called the solar system. So taking the solar system as a whole, the solar system can never be a solar system with the absence of the planet. The same way the solar system cannot be a solar system with the absence of the sun, because the sun is at the center of the universe. And we have all the heavenly bodies orbiting around the sun to form the solar system. And that is the definition for a system. So a system is surrounded and influenced by its environment, like the things surrounding it. That is why we talk about interaction. We talk about interactions. And it described by its boundaries. So in as much as it works as a whole, it also has its boundaries. And looking at its boundaries, we can also determine the structure. The structure talks about the makeup of that system and the purpose that system is made for. And that is expressed in its functionalities. So some systems are very complex, others are very simple. So for example, in biology, we have systems like the central nervous system, the digestive system, and among others. In mechanical systems, we have the thermostat, which is mechanical, and we are not doing that. Then human/mechanical system, we have example of riding a bicycle. Ecological system, for example, we have predators and prey. Then social system, for example, we have group, supply, demand, and friendship, families, and among others. At this point, any question on system, what a system is? So in defining or explaining what a system is, first we must know that it is a group of components or interactions that come together to form a whole in a uniformity. And one thing you must understand about the system is that every component works independently but relate with others to make sure that the system works perfectly. So taking a family as a system, the nuclear family, for example, the parents have their role to play and the children have a role to play. Extended family too. Aunties have a role to play, uncles have a role to play, mothers have a role to play, Ebusiapeyin has a role to play, and among others. If you doubt, always remember Ebusiapeyin Tupac. Class, any question? Hello, class.
Yes, sir.
Ekoye.
Yes, sir, we are there.
It's okay.
Apeke.
Koye, Papa.
Hello, sir.
Ekoye, mama.
Hello, sir.
Apeke.
Hello,
Oh,
sir.
this is for the popping.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Koye, Papa.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir Pacho, Chiradiana emojis look screen any man say Ekoye rough. Emojis in the minutes, I don't say Ekoye sa.
Ekoye, to say when you're club beer actually and it's moving down your digestive system, you understand? And the digestive system is an example of a system. So now let's look at characteristics of a system. Let's look at the characteristics of a system. Memko. Per the definition that I've given about a system, once you understand the definition of a system, automatically it gives you the characteristics. You remember the first thing I said about system is that the group of components. So the first characteristics of a system is it has components. These components are individual entities that come together to form a whole. So now let's do some quiz. I ask the question and you give me an example. So if I mention the system, then you tell me the component. Okay. Can I start?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Digestive system. Once you understand the definition of a system,
The stomach, small intestine, large intestine.
okay. Correct for 65 points.
Math,
Can we continue? Esophagus. Okay. So now let's do it this way. Someone should also mention one system, then we'll also name the component.
A computer system.
A computer system. Okay, yeah. So I should mention a computer as a system. Yeah. Okay, it has a motherboard. A motherboard.
Monitor.
Speaker, mouse.
Keyboard. Mouse.
Okay. So now let's mention a geographic system, a system which is geographic. And I mean, can I
the solar system,
ecosystem, solar system.
No. Yeah, solar system. I've already spoken about solar system. Bring another one.
Ecosystem.
Okay, what will you mention? An ecosystem.
Yeah. The living and non-living organisms in the system.
Please, I want to draw your attention to something. Please. We have class 1 English, we have class 2 English, we have GTS English, we have secondary school English, we have tertiary English. We also have geographic terms, you understand? So please, now when you are talking about environment, you are talking about living and non-living things, say biotic and abiotic. Do you concur with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. You concur? Don't say yes, we agree. Speak big English. Say we concur. Okay. Okay. Having learned about this component, what is the role of? Okay, I'm mentioning the water cycle as a system. What is the role of evaporation to condensation? The role of evaporation to condensation.
So evaporation provides the raw materials for condensation to take place.
Okay. So by explaining this, it leads us to the next characteristics. They interact with each other. That is the second characteristic. So you see with the definition, I said various components that interact, right? Okay. So with every component, it interacts with the other so that we have the uniform distance. So there can't be food digestion when you don't have esophagus. You can't shit when the food has not passed through your large intestines and the small intestines. So they interact with each other. True or false?
Very true.
Okay. The next one is that every system has a goal, and the goal talks about the purpose for which that system exists. Digestive system exists so that food will digest for the body to get its right nutrients. The water cycle is there so that we can have precipitation in the form of rain, snow, hailstone. And we know the importance of rain to man or precipitation to man. The next one is behavior. Behavior talks about the way and manner they are like. And some of these systems, we call them life cycle of a system because they keep on repeating themselves and do the same thing over and over and over again. So this can be a full question in examination that describe the characteristics of a system. And it is Cocoa Chip. This one is not Cocoa Sakura. Now let's look at system element. What are system elements? All the characteristics of a system are determined by...
look at the fifth feature.
I did. I said life cycle. And cycle means it repeats itself. Over and over and over again. I spoke about it. System element.
Say,
the system, yes, sir.
Can you please use an example to explain the behavior again? The behavior.
Behavior.
Yes, please.
The behavior talks about how they look like. How they look like. How they look like. And that is the behavior. So each system has its own behavior. For example, if you're talking about the solar system, its behavior is that the earth is at the center, the sun is at the center, whilst the whole part of the body, the other heavenly bodies keep moving around.
Okay. So can we say that the digestive system it behaves like it is in a long rope from the top of the mouth to the anus, like its behavior?
Please, I'm a geographer, so I only talk about things that are geographic.
Okay, sir. So say the water cycle, its behavior is it moves in a
changes
circular...
water from the land to the atmosphere and atmosphere to the land, and that is its behavior on that system element. So all the characteristics of a system are determined by system elements. Their properties, please stop sharing emojis. Their properties and relationship. So these elements are common to all systems. So these are elements by which all systems are described. So there's a difference between the component and the element. The element normally is looking at the processes these systems go through. And this can also be a full question in examination. That's right, on the element of a system. Please, people confuses the component with the element. The element talks about the processes. So we have the input, the processor, the output, and the system boundary. Every system has this. There's always an input. That input or anything that goes in as an input goes through a process. And the process will come out with an output. And remember that that system has its boundaries. And that is what we call the system boundary. That is why the earth, being part of the universe, is in that circle motion. That when you are drawing the solar system, you see that the planets are orbiting around the earth, and that is the boundary. That is the boundary. If we are using the, how do you call it, the water cycle as also an example, you realize that it is always about water being exchanged from the atmosphere to the earth. So for example, this, I am going to use a system to explain this, and one of you will also select a system to explain this. But remember, this is earth science, so the Example you are going to give must be geography related. So class, I want to use the which one should I use? Okay, I'm using the earth as a system. The earth as a system. The earth as a system has components like the biosphere, the lithosphere, the atmosphere, and the hydrosphere. The input of this system is not one, but it can be many. It's either the input is coming from the hydrosphere, the input is coming from the biosphere, the input is coming from the lithosphere, or the input is coming from the atmosphere. You understand? So, for example, using the lithosphere as my first point of call, we plant seedlings on the lithosphere. That's the input. Then the process is that the atmosphere will provide water or sunshine for the seedlings to grow. The hydrosphere will also provide water when irrigation is done for the seedling to grow. And when the seedlings grow, the biosphere will harvest it. And the end product will be the biosphere, meaning animals and plants will consume it. But the boundary is that the system boundary is the earth as a sphere. It doesn't go beyond the earth. And that is an example of system element. Class, please, did you get that?
Sir, please come again.
Yeah, come only once. So.
Okay, sir, please, can you repeat it for us? Can you repeat it for us?
Hello, hello, my people. Are you there?
Hi, we are there.
Okay. The earth as a system. I said the earth in as a system has its own components. And the components are that we have the lithosphere, hydrosphere, biosphere, and the atmosphere. These are the components of the earth as a system. They all work together so that we can have the earth working perfectly. The input for this system can either come from input from the hydrosphere, input from the lithosphere, or input from the biosphere. And I was using planting a seed, for example. So where are seed planted? On the lithosphere. And the seed will need, how do you call it? Plants and animals to grow. Hey, sorry, the seed will need sunshine and, how do you call it? Water, which will come from the hydrosphere to grow, right? And when they grow, it will be harvested by the biosphere, which they will consume as food. And that becomes the output. And this system has a boundary. That is the earth. The earth's boundary is the earth means spherical. So anything outside the spherical picture of the earth is not part of the earth's boundary. And that is the earth as a system. Any question? Class, any question? So who will give it a try? Who will give it a try? Go on.
I want to use the river as a system.
Okay.
So when rain falls or when the water flows from the source, I will use that as the input. And then the process is when the river is flowing, it takes along debris. At a point, there will be fishes and then other plant life inside the river. And then other organisms also feed on those plants. And the fishes in turn feed on some of those small organisms in the river. And then man fishes, or should I say harvest the fishes and then eats, or should I say, yeah, feeds on it. And then there is evaporation of the water that goes back into the atmosphere and then falls back as rain. Thank you.
That's nice. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so class, let's all pick our phones and let's go to AI. Are you all there?
Yeah, we have the ecosystem too.
Now I'm coming. Let's all do this. Let's all go to AI. Any form of AI that you have. Either you are using a meta from WhatsApp, Telegram, or Facebook, or Snapchat, or ChatGPT. Are we all there?
Yes, please.
Then let's search systems in earth science. Systems in earth science. Have you all done that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. What are some of the systems you got?
Atmospheric system, hydrological system, geological
Okay.
system,
So
and ecosystem.
let's start with ideological system. So type hydrological system. What is the input, the process, output, and system boundaries? And add that, make it more specific and simplified.
Make it more what?
Specific and simplified.
So please, your line is breaking. Please.
Sir, please, you say we should. Sir, please, you say we should search what?
Hydrological cycle, and then
Okay.
right, comma, its input, processor, output, and system boundary, and make it more specific. I think somebody's microphone is on.
Oh, wow.
Are we done?
Yes, sir.
So for the input, what did we get?
Precipitation, rain,
Okay.
snow, hail.
Okay, runoff,
And the process, processes,
infiltration, processor,
the
you have
processes,
evaporation,
evaporation, condensation,
transpiration, condensation,
transpiration, condensation, output.
evapotranspiration, runoff, groundwater recharge. That is for the output.
And the
That's what I
boundary.
have.
Please, the boundary also talks about watershed limits, aquifer boundaries, atmospheric boundaries.
Okay, so I made us go through this thing so that when you are studying and you are having any challenge, you know what to do. Okay, so that is system element. Okay, any question? Any question? Any question? Hello, any question?
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please, my it's not a question, but I don't know whether it's I alone. At times, you will encounter some breakages in the speech of which I cannot hear. I don't know whether it's a network problem or I alone. Thank you.
Glass, are you all facing the same problem?
No, sir.
Then, my guy, please, it's from your end. So reposition yourself. Okay, let's continue. Now let's look at types of system. Types of system. Conceptual and physical system. Conceptual and physical system. Under conceptual and physical system, the conceptual has to do with something that is abstract. So it is an organized set of ideas or theories. Organized set of ideas or theories. For example, the theory of plate tectonics. The theory of plate tectonics talks about how the plates move on the earth. And that explains how the earth crust plates move. This one cannot be seen by the eyes, but it is an idea and it keeps on happening. And the physical system consists of real, tangible components such as materials, energy, and processes. An example is river system made up of water, soil, rocks, plants, and flowing energy. So physical systems shows visible actions and behavior, while conceptual system explains how these actions work. Do you get the point?
Yes, sir.
Class, please, do you understand the first one, the conceptual and physical system?
Yes, please.
With a physical system, we see the things happening with our eyes. The conceptual, we don't see them, but it does happen. And the relationship between the physical and the conceptual is that the physical gives a visual evidence to what the conceptual is explaining. The next type of system is what you call natural and artificial. And this one, I'm sure I'm not supposed to explain this. Natural is the one that happens by nature. They occur naturally. For example, the climate system, the water system, water cycle, volcanic eruption, solar system. The artificial ones are the ones created by man. dams, irrigation system, water monitoring, sewage, and among others. The next type of system is what we call an open and a closed system. An open and a closed system. An open system allows other things to enter in the system. So they interact with its environment by exchanging matter and energy. So in simple terms, it allows other components to interact with them. Example is an ecosystem, such as forest, that exchanges sunlight, water, carbon dioxide, oxygen, and nutrients. But the closed one is limited to only its environment and does not allow any external influence. Any external influence. So Earth itself is often considered nearly as a closed system for that matter, because very little matter enters or leaves the Earth as a system, although energy from the sun leaves. But hardly do you see any other thing that enters the Earth as a system, which makes the Earth as a closed system. The next type of system is what we call deterministic and probabilistic system. The deterministic system operates in a predictable way with expected outcome. So when the outcomes can be expected, we call that one a deterministic. For example, movement of tides. Please, someone's microphone is on, which can be predicted using gravitational laws. Using gravitational laws. Please, what do you mean by you are facing the same problem? Yeah, Grace, your hand is up.
Yes, sir. Please, we are jotting some of the points, so you slow down for us more so that we don't tell you to come again.
No, I'm just using the slides and you have the PowerPoint.
Okay.
It's the PowerPoint I'm using, and it's even on your screen.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Please, somebody is saying the same problem. Which problem are you talking about? That the line is breaking. Please, is my line breaking?
Yes, sir.
The line, is it breaking?
Yes, it is breaking.
Yes, sir.
The line is not breaking. From my end, it's not breaking.
Okay. Let me connect and reconnect. Okay, give me some few minutes.
So
Hello,
I'm
class.
sure
Is
it's the
it better?
individual network.
Is it better now? Hello, class.
It's better. Yes, sir. It's better.
Hello, class.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Please, it's okay.
Okay, I continue. So deterministic system, I said we can predict or expect the outcome. Like, for example, when the clouds become full, it is predictable that we are going to experience rain. The probabilistic system behaves unpredictably, and outcomes cannot be known with certainties. Like, for example, earthquakes. Most of the natural disasters cannot be predicted, but someone may mention flood. Flood can be predicted and at the same time be unpredicted. So flood can be deterministic and at the same time probabilistic. Deterministic when we are building in waterways. We are not distilling gutters. we don't have proper drainage, then flood becomes a deterministic. But it becomes probabilistic when we don't know the amount of rain that will rain. Like a bonus rain, we don't know the amount of rain that will rain for us to cause a flood. So that is the difference between the deterministic and the probabilistic system. And these are the types of system. These are the types of system. The earth as we see it is a very dynamic system. Dynamic because it is very unique in all its aspects. It's all aspects. One of the dynamisms of the earth, for example, and makes the earth different from the other planets is that the earth has enough oxygen to sustain human life. And it is made up of interrelated and interdependent components, such as the atmosphere, the biosphere, the geosphere, all coming together to form a system. So these components interact continuously, allowing the earth to function as a single connected system. Class, any question? Any question on the types of system? Any question up to this level? Hello, class.
Hello, sir.
You
We
are
are
good to go.
Yeah, hello,
You are
sir.
good
We
to
are
go,
with
sir.
you. We are good to go.
Okay. So now let's look at constructive and destructive forces. Constructive and destructive forces. The constructive forces are the forces that shapes the earth surface by building up mountains and land masses. Example of constructive forces, we have what we call deposition. So in as much as we are experiencing erosion, where topsoil is being carried away, they are also being deposited as at a place to form different land masses or different landforms. So the process by which sediment is laid down by erosion and builds up on the earth's surface is a form of what? A constructive force. If you are traveling to Kumasi using the Cape Coast route, or let's say Fosu route, you realize that after Obuasi, before you get to Dompoase, there are some huge rocks there that you pass through them. Just recently, last week, Sunday, I passed there. I saw that they were cutting down the trees to prevent the rocks from sliding. If you observe the rocks very carefully, you will see that they are in layers. They are in layers because of what we call the depositions. So the first layer deposited so many years ago, another layer deposited on it to form those huge landmass rocks that we see there. The same way when you are traveling from from Ayimensa, you are climbing the hill to Pediasi Lodge, you see the same thing there. I think when you are going to Kwawutu, you see the same thing. Some people don't know what I'm talking about because they don't travel. If you are traveling, it means they are going to their station to teach. Please, once you are studying geography, you have to travel. You have to travel. And I am not the one supposed to sponsor your travel. And once you're a geographer, you don't sit in a bus and sleep. Don't sleep. Wake up and observe the environment, because the environment is your laboratory. Mas me bwana, mbona me ya Adriana?
Yes, we agree.
Mm.
Yes, please.
So
We
today,
have the same thing at
yeah,
Jamasi to Asante Mampong.
Asante Mampong to the same thing. After Buenim,
Yeah.
you pass that.
Yes,
You
please.
see, I know all these places, but you people don't travel. Please, if you sit in Prague, you won't see anything. No, when you are travel, sit in a VIP bus. Don't take trotro because trotro you can't concentrate. 207 you can't concentrate. You rather be thinking about how you reach safely than observing the environment. Do you think this guy Tails of my late tooth, when he was traveling to Egypt, do you think he used Pragia? If he used Pragia, he wouldn't have observed the priest measuring angles and completing them for him to come with a 6 prepositional understand. This is why today I want to be Aristotle, and I'm telling you, go and see, go and see. Okay. Volta to have been there before. I've been to Hongkong, I've been to Baku, I've been to the capital, Hu. Everywhere I've been there before. But some of you, the only travel you have traveled is going to your station to teach. That's all. Please travel and see. Let's continue. You also have what you call volcanic eruption. Volcanic eruption is also considered as constructive because the magma will melt and form a lava plateau, a lava mountain, or other forms of landforms, or even form what we call igneous rock. The destructive forces. The destructive forces shape the surface of the earth by breaking down. You see, this one is breaking, the other one is building. By breaking down and wearing away mountains and other landforms. Example is weathering. And weathering is the breaking down of rock particles into institute. Institute meaning smallest particle. And in weathering, we have the mechanical, which is the physical breakdown of rocks into smaller pieces. We have ice weathering, abrasion, plants, and among others, and the chemical weathering. So under destructive, it is weathering and erosion. But look closely and pay attention closely. You realize that the destructive always comes and it is followed by the constructive. That's why I said, if there is no weathering, for rock to break down into smaller particles, there wouldn't be erosion to carry away those smaller particles. For the position, constructive force to take place. Are you following? Are you following? Any question on constructive and destructive?
No, please, sir, please proceed.
Are you sure?
Yes,
See,
please.
taking my time to explain these things. Please, when one day you become a geography lecturer, and bon kwalano are bro. Western North, I've been there before. I've been to Asanko. No, Asanko is Western. Is it Uni Valley? We also, yeah, I've been there. I've been to Bodi, Akontombra. If you now you can call me Max the Traveler. But unfortunately, I'm not Kweku, so I can't be Kweku the Traveler. Class, any question? If there are no questions, let's move to climate. What then is climate? Climate is the weather conditions that have been studied over time, and the time we're talking about 30 years and over. So, for example, people say there have been climate change because last year it's rained, this year it didn't rain. Please, climate hasn't changed. If the change persists for 30 years, that is when we can say that the climate has changed. But if this year we are experiencing rain, the following year we are not experiencing rain, there's rather change in weather. The scientist that studies the climate is called a climatologist. And what do? They observe the long-term average, not just short-term or long-term, like 30 years. And Nigerian man will say 30 years. 30 years of average weather conditions. And we are looking at all the weather conditions, not some. We are looking at rainfall, we are looking at temperatures, we are looking at humidity, which has to do with the amount of water substance that can be found in the atmosphere. Then we also look at sunshine. Do you know sunshine? Sorry, sunshine. We look at wind. We look at fog, frost, hail, and among others. When all these things are observed for a very long period of time, let's say 30 years, then we can say this is the climate of a place. So, for example, by analyzing rainfall record, water levels in lakes and reservoirs, and satellite data, scientists can determine whether an area experienced drier than average condition, because some of these lakes get their input from precipitation. So maybe after 30 years, we see these things drying up, these lakes and lagoons drying up. Then we can say maybe there has been an increase in the sunshine level and rainfall too has reduced. And that is why we are having these lakes and rivers and lagoons drying up. And for us to see that these things have really dried up, we need that long period of time. Ezegoma.
A.
C. B. The next one is weather. Whilst climate is a long period of time, weather is a short period of time. And weather is the atmospheric conditions of a place. Weather affects our daily lives and human activities. It includes changes that occurs over minutes, hours, day, and month. That is why previously, during news at 7 on GTV, a man will come with a stick with some big Ford head. The man looks like Kwame Nkrumah. Then he'll be talking about the weather forecast for the day. Then he can even give a forecast for the next 3 days. Little did I know that I will grow up one day to come and be teaching this thing. I teach climatology for sandwich students. And when the man was doing that, I didn't know that that was part of my future. And on Sundays, I get so angry because the man will keep long on the program. Meanwhile, we are waiting for talking points to pass so that we watch a can drama. Then this one will be there with a stick, weather forecast, like a TV antenna. Please do remember. Those who don't remember are the ones who didn't buy TVs early. And
That's it.
please
You
didn't
do
buy
remember that.
early. So you remember when it's 7 o'clock, you hear you better take question, you better take question, you better take question. No. Gungu.
Yeah, that was GTV.
Yeah,
GTV, yeah,
GTV. The only station we knew was GTV. Then when it starts to bed, then my big brother and I will start. You better take question, you better take question. So the man was giving us the weather updates on a regular daily basis. And that is what we call weather. Then you will be talking about humidity over this place, sunshine. And I wasn't understanding. Little did I know that that was going to be part of my future. Little did I know that that was going to be my future. So the difference between climate and weather is that, please, someone's microphone is on. Hello, class. Somebody's microphone is on.
Bismarck, please unmute yourself. Bismarck.
Mate and Stephen, I'm going to give you an exercise to be doing for me while the lectures are going on. Be my monitors. Anytime you see somebody's microphone on, kindly off it for me. I think the other group was doing that for me and it was cool. So Mate and Stephen, please be checking that for me. Okay. So people usually describe weather using factors such as temperature, and the temperature has always been the hotness and the coldness of a place. Humidity has been the amount of water vapor that can be found in the atmosphere. Rainfall amount of water substance in the atmosphere, clouds, sunshine, visibility, wind, and air pressure to describe the weather of a place. So weather can change quickly from 1 minute to minute, day to day, and across seasons. And there's a point here that I want us to pay attention to. So it says that the weather conditions or the atmospheric conditions of a place affect human activities. True or false?
True.
Example.
True, sir.
Example.
During the Lubez funeral, the rainfall, is it the Lubez funeral or Manipa's funeral? The weather condition affected the funeral celebration and activities. They didn't know that it would rain that day. Other than that, they wouldn't have organized the funeral. But within a short time, it started raining, and then human activities got distracted at that time.
Okay. Any other example?
Yeah, so mine has to do with during rainy season. There's a lot of cultivation of crops. Why during the dry season, harvesting is normally done during the dry season.
Sir, I also talk about business issues. When it is in the rainy season,
You
the
sell
sales of umbrella goes very high. But when we are getting to the dry season, you see that the patronize or the sales of umbrella goes down. Thank you.
Okay. Do you want my example or we should move forward?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Do you want my example or we should move forward?
Sir, we want your example.
Sir, please, we want your example.
Me, I want to promise me that if I say it, you won't laugh.
We promise, sir.
Somebody has already started laughing.
Sir, we won't laugh.
Okay, my example is when the weather changes, that's my example. If you know, you know.
So your example is not is very ambiguous.
Whether
If you know, you know.
You heard something.
We know. See, what I know the know about it.
So in Ghana, when the weather changes and it becomes cold, people think of planting stems instead of planting seeds. Yeah, hello.
Exactly.
Glass, true or false?
True.
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 As if we are planting stems when the weather changes.
It's true.
If we are no good, your life no good. Heaven is real. Oh.
When the weather is cold, every woman is beautiful.
People get pregnant very early.
Oh, so weather is a cause of pregnancy, eh?
Yeah.
So weather affects human activity.
I say, please, do you have soil?
Especially Hamatan
Do I have
soil for stem planting?
do I have soil for what?
Stem planting.
I didn't get your question. Ask yourself what you have been doing.
Do you have soil for?
Yeah, that
soil for stem planting.
That soil is called black soil, loamy soil, with few black grass. Bye. Let's continue. El Nino and La Nina. El Nino and La Nina. This is very new to you, but it's something simple. It's still about weather and climate. El Nino and La Nina are complex weather patterns resulting from variation in ocean temperatures. Relax. Breathe in, out. Okay. You all agree with me that the temperatures of the world is not uniform. True or false? True or false?
True.
True.
Okay. Have you ever heated water with a heater before in a big bucket? Then you realize that the temperature of the water below is different from the temperature of the water above. Have you ever had that experience before?
Yes, please.
So at times you have to stir so that the temperatures will be the
Yes.
same. Okay. So the El Nino and La Nina is talking about a situation whereby we expect that a particular place of the Earth's surface or the ocean is supposed to be experiencing warm weather conditioning, but rather it is experiencing cold weather condition. So they are opposites of the other. So let me give an example. Let's say it is shining around this area, like around the Gulf of Guinea. Then you enter the Mate, somebody's microphone is on. Then you enter the Gulf of Guinea, and instead of experiencing class today, what are you doing with your distance? Martin,
Hello, sir.
Yes.
No, sir, I'm here. Sir, we don't have the permission to
You
mute the
do.
person.
You do. When you double click on the person. Set Kumsin Kwenu, your microphone is on.
So when we click on the person's mute, we are told that you don't have permission to, you can't mute this person.
Oh.
Mr. Marty,
Yes.
you can click and hold. It will come and then you meet the person.
Please, the one who can should take the person off the person's microphone. Set Kumsin Kwenu. Okay. I think his microphone is still on, but let's continue. I'm sure he has joined the class and he has left the phone somewhere. So what I'm saying is that the temperatures of this place is hot, it's high. So we expect that the water body there is supposed to have a high temperature, but you go in there and the water is cold. This is something that is off the hook, like normally it's not supposed to happen. And that is it for the El Nino and the La Nina. The El Nino and La Nina. So it always has to do with the variation in temperature in ocean in the equatorial Pacific. Equatorial Pacific, let me explain Equatorial Pacific. You see this map over here? Class, are you watching? The map is showing continent and ocean. The map is showing what? Continent and so watch. This is the Atlantic Ocean, this is the Pacific Ocean, this is the Indian Ocean, and there's another Pacific Ocean here. Another Pacific Ocean because the Earth is a sphere. So watch. The equator will always divide the Earth into two equal halves. So let me divide the Earth into two equal halves. Like this, right? So below or around this area is what we call the Equatorial Pacific. Equatorial Pacific. Because it is closer to the equator, there is sunshine throughout the year. And because of the sunshine throughout the year, we expect that the temperatures of the Pacific Ocean around this side is supposed to be what? Warm. But at a point in time, we realize that it is cold. And why? Because the Pacific, Equatorial Pacific, is closer to heating area of the world, not closer to the poles where we are supposed to experience cold temperatures, but you're experiencing warm temperatures. And the reason is what we are coming to look at. Please, do you understand? Before I build on.
We are grasping.
Okay.
Some of us are having network challenges.
Some of you are.
The network is not good for us, so I didn't get everything about the Elena and La
Yeah,
Nina.
next time you have to buy an iPhone and use MTN and buy plenty data.
In fact, I'm not using iPhone anyway, but I'm using Vodafone.
Yeah, see, you have to use
Over
MTN.
here. No, where we are, the Vodafone is better. Our
No.
enclave is a Vodafone that is better.
Hey,
Related to the internet.
Otubro enclave. Hey, please, do you teach English? Don't mind me.
We should use the geographic technologies.
Yeah. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. Please, if you're having a problem, go and climb it. Please, even the iPhones, they're iPhones and they're iPhones. Okay. Go and climb a tree, okay? Okay, so if you don't understand this, just go to YouTube and search El Nino and La Nina. Okay. So now let's look at what El Nino is. So the basic understanding about El Nino and La Nina is that they are variations in temperatures of the equatorial Pacific Ocean. So with the El Nino, it comes from a Spanish word, which means little boy or Christ child in Spanish. That is the meaning of the El Nino. The El Nino was originally reorganized by fishermen off to the coast of South America. And you remember the diagram that I showed, that the Equatorial Pacific is found out where South America is. And South America, the language they speak, the national language that they speak is Spanish. So these fishermen in 1600 went to fish and they experienced a warm water in the Pacific Ocean. A warm water in the Pacific Ocean. So the term El Nino referred to a large scale ocean atmosphere, a large scale ocean atmosphere climate linked to a periodic wind and sea surface temperature across the central and eastern central equatorial Pacific. It is normally associated with warm and dry conditions, and they can be found around areas like Australia, this area, Please, have you seen it? This area. Australia, Philippines, Malaysia, and islands like Fuji, Tonga, they rhyme with Onga, and Papua New Guinea. There's an island called Tonga. During the Northern Hemisphere summer season, and you know, summer is associated with hot weather conditions. The Indian monsoon rain generally tend to be less. In the Northern Hemisphere, winter, dry than normal conditions are typically observed around these areas. And still the sea water there is still, how do you call it, warm. I know this one is confusing you. Let me give you a simpler one for you to understand. The simple meaning to El Nino is that the ocean, and please, which ocean are we talking about? The Pacific Equatorial Ocean becomes more warmer than it's supposed to be. Are you following? That is a simple understanding about the El Nino. And because of that, it causes hot weather, making the areas very warm. And the El Nino is dry with less rain. Farms even may dry up as a result of the El Nino because the water is warm, causing the temperature of the area to be warm. And we know heat causes evaporation. And the rain, it doesn't even come with rainfall, making the place very dry. That is El Nino. The effect of the El Nino is that it causes hot sunshine. There is dry land because of the hotness of the area or the temperature. And there is water shortage because the water there dries up. And when there is no water, when there is dry water, remember that plants will not grow because plants are always dependent on water supply for their growth. And that is it about the El Nino. El Nino. Class, any question? You see, this one is more simplified. Hello, class.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes.
All that you have to know about El Nino is that the temperature of the ocean becomes hotter than what it is expected to be. And this causes hot weather conditions around the area where the El Nino wind is felt. And it has less rainfall or no rainfall. And this causes farms to dry up. And its effect is that there will be hot sunshine, dry land, water shortage, and poor crops growth. But in the previous one that I was showing, the one in your book, it was only giving background to where they are found and among others. Class, do you get it? Hello, class. Do you
Hello,
get it?
sir.
Okay, so let me share the one that I just did. Class, can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir, you can see.
Okay, so give me some time and give me like 1 minute and let me share this one. Marty, I've sent it to you. Steven, I've sent it to you. So in learning, you must combine both because the One in the books gives the background to it. And this one gives it its characteristics and how it works. Okay, let's continue. And El Nino is always regarded as male, as a male. So if El Nino is male, then La Nina automatically becomes what? A female. So before we talk about it, let's look at its background first. Let's look at its background first before we move. Well, give me some few minutes. Now let's look at the background to the La Nina. Whilst the El Nino is a little boy, La Nina is a little girl. La Nina is also sometimes called El Vigio, Anti El Nino, or simply a cold event. The La Nina is directly opposite the El Nino. La Nina episode represents periods of below average sea surface temperature across the East Central Equatorial Pacific. So global climate, La Nina, impact trends to be opposite those of El Nino impact. La Nina is often associated with wet conditions. Remember, El Nino was what? Dry. But La Nina is associated with what? Wet condition. Class, why is it that it is associated with wet conditions? You want to answer? The man and the woman who gets wet. The man and the woman who gets wet.
The woman.
Those laughing, you make it to heaven, or you make it to heaven. It is wet because this one comes with heavy rainfall. It comes with heavy rainfall. And it is experienced around Indonesia, Philippines, and Thailand. La Nina usually leads to increased rainfall in northeast Brazil. And at times the rainfall is so massive that it even causes destruction. So once they are rainfall, obviously crop production will be high. Are you following? Obviously crop production will be high. So let's look at a simplified one. You people, you make it to heaven. I'm sharing the same slides again. I'm coming in. Let me share the simplified one. Please, can you see the slide?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, let's continue. So La Nina means ocean becoming colder than its normal temperature. It brings more rain. Please, somebody's microphone is on. Bismarck. Weather becomes colder. Its effect, heavy rainfall, and that heavy rainfall can lead to flooding. That's why when they are wet and they can't play, they sweat. Are you following? And it leads to good crop growth. And the weather is very cool. The weather is very cool. Set, yeah, bad child. Set, yeah, bad.
Sir, please come again. I like that point. The first point, come again.
No, please, I can't come, make. I can't come. I beg you. I beg you in the name of God. Today is the last Sunday of the year. I have to be holy for the Lord. I'm living for the Lord. So, in a nutshell, El Nino is hot ocean with dry weather condition, whilst La Lina is cold ocean condition with rainy weather. So please, let's say in examination, you didn't read anything about El Nino and La Nina. Then you see something like that. The first question you have to ask yourself is that a man and a woman who gets wet. And when the woman is satisfied, what do they do? They squirt. And that leads to flood, rainy weather. Please, on that note, I'm done with El Nino and La Nina. Any question? Any question? Hey. Class, any question? Father, forgive me for absent. Father, forgive me for absent.
And then last Sunday I was so about to say, some
my biology teacher.
Isn't?
I have remembered my biology teacher.
Interesting. I'm happy.
Why would you be happy? Class, any question? Class, any question? So one day I had a girlfriend and I saved her name my Lalina. And people didn't understand why I was calling her my Lalina.
Hey!
Okay, please, on the diagram, let's watch something. One last and then we go. So December to February, we experience the warm winds. The color green. That is what we call the El Nino. El Nino. El Nino. And from June to August, we experience the cold one, this green here. That is what we call La Nina. It is always cold and always cold and wet. Whilst the El Nino is warm and dry, the La Nina is always cold and wet. Class, any question? Class, any question? Class, any question?
No, sir.
So
Looking at the situation right now.
you can't ask a question, eh?
It's like you are in the spirit this morning, sir.
Me, I'm in the spirit. Yeah. The Holy Spirit is at work. So today, this morning, we have studied about the fundamental concepts in earth science. We learned about system, its characteristics, the system element, the types of systems. Then we also looked at constructive and destructive forces, climate and weather, then El Nino and La Lina. El Nino and La Lina. So who will be my La Lina? Have you seen geography is very romantic? Geography is romantical. Geography.
I've already given you your Lalina. Please.
Are you sure?
Don't look for any. Your Lalina is here.
Are you sure my La Lina?
Don't look.
Are you sure my La Lina is cold and wet?
Very cold, very, very cold and wet.
And she can flood. She can flood.
She can, in fact, she can flooded. She can flooded.
Hello, class. Can we take a 15-minute break? Then we continue with the next unit.
No, 5 minutes.
Oh no.
15
Maybe
is okay. 15 is
some
okay.
people want to
At
take
least.
fast.
All right.
All right. The next unit is something that we are familiar with, the Earth as a system. So let's take 15 minutes break. So we'll come back at 9:30. Okay. So my El Ninos and La Ninas, I'll see you in the next 15 minutes. So the guys, when you see when you go to when school reopens and you like a lady, tell her, hello baby, can you speak Spanish? Can you be my Lalina? Then you move on.
Hey, this one is punchline. Hey, punchline.
Hello, class.
No, sir.
Welcome back, my El Ninos and La Ninos. Let's continue with the chapter 3. Chapter 3, I will not spend much time on it because we have done this one extensively under elements of physical geography, the Earth as a system. The Earth system is an integrated whole, but can be divided into four main components. The geosphere, which we learned about it as the lithosphere, the atmosphere, hydrosphere, and biosphere. And as we learned about the Earth as a system, it definitely has a component, and it will definitely have its elements. And the components are the four things that I've already mentioned. So these components are systems in themselves. So even as we talk about the biosphere, the geosphere, the hydrosphere, and the rest, each of them are also independent systems. But I know students, they will say that, say, first you mentioned lithosphere. Now, why are you mentioning geosphere? Anamibwa. Hello, class.
Exactly.
So the geosphere is still the outermost part of the Earth's surface. The rock, the soil, the mountains, the land. So when you take the lithosphere, its outermost part is what we call the geosphere. So energy and materials flow between these spheres. That is exchange of, how do you call it, energy from one of the spheres to the other. And this makes some of these spheres independent system or independent components of the Earth as a system. So this is how it is illustrated. That, for example, the atmosphere gives the Earth its major energy. That is the solar energy. When the rays are coming from the sun, they come in what we call short wavelength. Short wavelength. And when they are going back into space, they call it long wavelength. Long wavelength. And this energy from the sun is important to the biosphere because plants will use it for photosynthesis. Human beings will use it for energy. In Ghana, for drying clothes. The same with water bodies, which will cause evaporation for rainfall to take place. And that is how these are interrelated to each other. So we'll take them one after the other, which I said I'm not going to spend much time on it because we have done this in element of physical geography. And I was the one, no, Kofisika was the one who taught you that. But some of you were in my class. So the geosphere refers to Earth itself, including rock, minerals, and landforms on the surface and in the interior, composed of the solid crust, semi-solid land beneath the crust, and the liquid land near the center. And that is it for the geosphere. And the geosphere is a subset of the lithosphere. The lithosphere would have included some parts of the inner crust. The atmosphere, we said, is the envelope of air or the gaseous layer surrounding the Earth. And we know it's important. We have even learned about its composition. And we have also learned about its structure. So a full question can be that explain the Earth as a system. Then you talk about these four components. And for each of the components, you talk about how they relate to each other as component of the earth. Hydrosphere, all water bodies, and this time around we are not separating the ice from the water. We have to have the cryosphere. This leads us to what we call the hydrological cycle. The hydrological cycle is just the exchange of water from the land to the atmosphere, or from the atmosphere to the land. That is the hydrological cycle. And we are very much familiar with that one. True or false?
True. True, say.
The hydrological cycle is also at times referred to as the water cycle. The water cycle. So we are going to watch a video on that. Then we continue with the explanation. Okay. So give me a sec. So let's pay attention.
It's raining. Hey, have you ever wondered where the rain comes from? Or how the clouds are formed? Well, this is what the water cycle is all about. Come, let's explore. Zoom in. When the sun heats up the rivers and oceans, water becomes water vapor and it rises up in the air. This process is called
I can only hear voices, but I cannot see anything.
step of the water cycle. You too can see water vapor at home. Just tell your mommy to keep.
Hello, class.
Please, we can't see.
The video is showing, but you can't hear anything. Eh?
No,
We can hear, but we
the
can't see
video
the, but we can't see.
We can now see.
It might just come, so please.
I think
Okay, then
it has now come on. It has come. It's on the screen.
Okay. Okay, I'm starting. Class, is it okay or you want to watch a game?
It's okay, sir.
Okay. So let's continue. Some of the
It's okay, sir.
Some of the things we are familiar with, I don't want us to waste much time on them. Okay. And this one, water cycle, we are familiar with it. So let's quickly go through it, then we move on to the next thing. Okay. So the hydrological cycle, which I said, is always the exchange of water from the atmosphere to the earth, or from the earth to the atmosphere. And it has various processes. It is called a cycle because it never stops. It goes in that direction. But bear it in mind, at this level, we don't talk about only rainfall. We talk about precipitation. Precipitation because as the water goes up into the atmosphere, they fall back in various forms, either solid or liquid. In a liquid form, that is rainfall. Solid form, that is when we have snow, hailstones, and among others. So much emphasis is placed on precipitation and not only rainfall. Okay. So we take, there's a diagram. In drawing the diagram, the most important, the things that you are supposed to notice is you must have the land, the ocean, and the sun. And once you know the processes, follow the processes. You should have trees on the land. For example, the sun here, it will shine on the water bodies, evaporation will take place. The sun will shine in trees, transpiration. When the water goes up, cloud formation, you put your clouds here. the water condenses to form clouds. You put your clouds here. The clouds become heavy and they fall as precipitation. That is any form of rainfall. It can any form of water. It can be in the form of rain, can be in the form of snow. Then it goes on the earth surface. We'll have surface runoff, and this water will sometimes enter water bodies again. Plants will absorb them for the process to continue. So these key things, we are supposed to pay attention to it. And these are the process. Precipitation, I've already explained that. Tiny droplets of water in any form, or the three states of matter, whether in the gas form, solid form, or liquid form, that falls on the earth's surface. Evaporation, water change from liquid to gas, moving from the surface of the earth into the atmosphere. Transpiration is when it happens in plants. Evapotranspiration is a combination of the two. Condensation, warm water cools. The cooling forms clouds, and that is what we call condensation. But one thing I want you to pay attention to is what we call sublimation. Sublimation is when, you see, we have the three states of matter, not Shashamali's matter, matter, pui, matter, fish, maya matter. No. This one, I'm talking about matter, not matter, but liquid, solid, gas. Liquid, solid, gas. At times, we expect that the liquid will, no, the vapor will cool down to form a liquid before it freezes. But at times, it skips because of the temperature. Instead of moving from gas to liquid, it moves from gas to solid. And that is what we call sublimation. Infiltration is when the precipitation falls on the earth's surface and it gets into the soil. Surface runoff is when the water moves on the earth's surface. When it rains and you see the water moving on the earth's surface. Then we have the evapotranspiration, a combination of water vapor from plants and water bodies on the earth's surface. And that is it for the water cycle. We have also learned about the biosphere, the home of plants and animals. And that is it for chapter 3. So chapter 3, the water cycle or hydrological cycle can be a full question on its own, or you'll be asked to explain the various, what makes the earth a system, or the earth as a system. Class, any question? The chapter 3 is very simple. Hello? Any question? Any concern?
Please, sir, I have a question.
Yeah, please ask.
Sir, please, so what is the difference between precipitation and rainfall?
Rainfall is a form of precipitation. So precipitation is any form of water droplets, that falls from the sky. And that's why I mentioned the three states of matter.
Okay.
So when it is falling in a form of, how do you call it? Gas or vapor, that is what we call fog.
Okay.
When it is falling in the form of liquid, rainfall. When it is falling in the form of solid, that one becomes hailstone or snow. The difference between the hailstone and the snow is that those of you who don't want to travel and experience outside weather condition, if you want to feel snow, you see when you open a deep freezer, you see some tiny droplets of ice that you find in the fridge, and it melts so fast. Those tiny drops is what we call snow. The hailstone is when it becomes block. So at some places, it rains like blocks, ice cubes falling. And that's what we call the hailstone.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
To add to what my sister is just requesting, in a part of the world, the hailstone, we call it a sukochia.
Okay.
So it is called a sukochia, that block that normally falls. But please, you don't experience because of the climatic changes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks for that. I think 2 years ago there was a sukochia in Kumasi. and it was all over the news. But I'm sure people were not interested in these things, so they never spoke about it. Class, any question?
No,
what time is church service starting? Those who would have gone to church.
We are there.
As 9:30 we say.
9:30.
We are there.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
there. Oh, but
we are there.
What I'm saying is we have made a headway today, right? We have done 2, right? Technically speaking, we're supposed to do 2 per a session. And looking at things, we still have 2 meetings. So the 2 meetings, I can use it for the last 3 or the last 7, the last 4. So if you don't mind, you close and we go to church, or maybe I start with the 4, then end it somewhere. So what do you suggest?
So it's okay.
Please, it's okay. Let's go to church.
So we close and go to church. So let's go to church.
Yes, sir. Please, and the slides too.
Sir, please
So
let's go
guys,
to church.
Sir, you can finish with the 4.
Sir, please let's go to church.
Mate, because you have planned not because you have planned not to go to church. Because you have planned not to go to church. So let's go to church and continue next week.
Sir, which church start at 10?
Next Sunday, then we go to church. Next Sunday.
Which church start at 10 o'clock? I saw them at 10 o'clock. Yeah, let's go to the 4. We can finish in the 4.
Let's continue.
So that's it. We can solve more fast.
Yeah, on the serious note, let's do the 4 so that next time we can do one and don't have enough time to
Then
do
next
church.
week, New Year Sunday, then we go to church.
Yes, I agree with
let's
you.
Continue now.
Yes, I agree with you. Let's continue. Next week, New Year.
Sir, you can even do prediction next week. You don't even come. If like next week don't come, because next week we have to go to church.
So that
let's
continue church.
All those who are saying church, they will not go. Next week, don't come.
No, let's continue. Let's continue and finish the unit 4.
Let's go church next week, rather.
You can't decide for us. Okay, you can't decide for us. We can adjust the rest of the units in the previous meeting, so we can go to church.
We have 1 hour more to close. Let's do it.
This last time.
I think we have 2 more meetings. We can adjust the chapters to the rest of the chapters there. So let's go to church.
Okay, all of you mute. 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 Letitia, mute. Yeah. Michael, mute. All of you mute. Mute. All of you mute. Yeah. A bit of violence is good. You understand? Like I said, let nobody stress you. You see the way me have relaxed here. If everybody was living life like the way I'm living, everything will be peaceful. My another advice to all of you is that you can't satisfy everybody, so do what you can do. So I'll do what I can do. But in as much as I want to do whatever I can do, I also want to consider my students. Yeah. So Marty, whatever you have said is laudable. Whatever you said is laudable. It makes sense. Those who want to go to church too, last Sunday, it makes sense perfectly well. Those who want to go and sleep by their husbands and wives, perfectly well. Maybe they have their last sex in the last Sunday of the year before they enter New Year. Because and yes, sir, you ever first you ever say year sex 1 year. That's yes. Michael Azad, your hand is out.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we are also pleading if you could let us stop here. Excuse me, some of us will be writing on the teachers' promotion exams. That will be tomorrow. So if next week we can continue with it. Thank you very much. It's my appeal.
Okay. Mate.
Thank you, my brother. What come as the moment?
Oh, Mate. When Obi case compare better than your Mate. Please, I am in for everybody's growth and development.